The stiff competition of Formula One means far more than a simple race to the finish.
On Thursday, Innoverto organized a talk by renowned public speaker Mark Gallagher on the business of winning, the business lessons from Formula One, a man who spent over 30 years in motorsport.
Well, as a man who helped transition Jaguar Racing to the now dominant Red Bull racing team, he certainly has a lot to share about success. Priyanka Dash went down to find out why a winning formula is the same no matter the business.
Fast cars, pumping adrenaline and split-second decisions. Yes, it's a Formula One weekend at the Yas Marina circuit. But did you ever stop to think that the racetrack could be a mirror to the boardroom, that business leaders could actually learn important lessons from how a race is won? Today we talk to Mark Gallagher, well-known public speaker and commentator on business lessons that can be learned from the Formula One.
Well, I think the first thing is that a Formula One team is a business anyway, so our delivery, even in the race, so our delivery of the result in the race, even to finish the race, is a success. And really what I'm doing here is to explain how we can take the way in which we deliver in Formula One as a sporting team and as a business and apply that for any type of business. So great teamwork, good communications, of course the right leadership to create the vision for the business. These are important in Formula One and they're very important of course in normal businesses.
You give a very interesting example of Michael Schumacher. We know him as a 7-time world champion, but you took it beyond that. You told us exactly why he is so successful.
I mean, in the case of Michael Schumacher, or indeed Sebastian Vettel, who's coming to Abu Dhabi this weekend as the favourite to win the race, they are great drivers, but they are completely reliant on the team, not just the team at the racetrack, but also the team of people back at their headquarters in Europe who design and manufacture and develop and produce this amazing vehicle, which is a Formula One car, for them to go out and win a race. When you look at Michael Schumacher, you see someone who was only able to achieve the success that he achieved because of the fabulous teamwork that Ferrari managed to develop at their headquarters in Italy and then relay here to the racetrack.
How can companies use the Formula One to build their brand?
Well, of course, companies that invest in Formula One directly as major sponsors, companies like Red Bull, for example, have really used Formula One as a global marketing platform, and this is something that's commonplace, of course, in all sports. But I think even for small businesses, adopting some of the techniques that you see in a sport like Formula One for your own business, the way in which you cultivate your staff, improve your morale, get everyone focused on what you're doing as a business. You can adopt that from Formula One. You don't have to be a major sponsor to do that.
It's not just companies. In the last 15 years, countries and governments have spent so much money on infrastructure to get Formula One into their country. What benefits does it have for a country to host Formula One?
Well, as we have seen in all sport these days, be it the Olympic Games or the Soccer World Cup, the appeal of global sporting events for countries is enormous. So, you know, we've just had the Olympic Games in London this year, which was a great success, but we have to wait for 4 years to have the next Olympic Games in Brazil. The great thing about Formula One is we can visit many different countries each year and deliver a global audience for that country, promoting the country, promoting the venue, and really giving the people of that country an event to be proud of.
Let's talk about Formula One in the Gulf. We have 2 big ticket events here, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, Yas Island, and of course even Qatar uses a Formula One example to train engineers. What took it so long for Formula One to come here?
In the Gulf region, really, Formula One did take a little time to catch on, but when Bahrain joined Formula One in 2004, that really gave us a kind of a footprint in the region, and really it built interest. And then of course with Abu Dhabi joining as well, there was a recognition that Formula One could do a lot for Gulf economies in terms of promoting the countries, bringing in sports tourism, and it really generated a lot of interest. Of course now we have these wonderful events in Bahrain and Abu Dhabi which are very important for Formula One as well.
Now, there are 8 Formula One teams based in the UK. What are the chances that we could see one based in the UAE anytime soon?
Well, I personally feel that now is the time when the next big step in Formula One needs to happen, and I think there will be a team set up outside of Europe for the first time in the not too distant future. And I actually think that the UAE would be a perfect location for a Formula One engineering business. These are organisations employing 500 to 700 people. We need many suppliers as well. It's a great economic driver, and of course we can sell our engineering services outside of Formula One. So I think the UAE would be a great location because we have 2 very close races in Bahrain and Abu Dhabi. It's also because of the transport links with Emirates and Etihad. We have a great way to reach the Asian market where we have most of our races now. So actually being based in Europe is no longer the requirement that it used to be, and I think that it has to be said that in the not too distant future, I think the UAE stands a good opportunity to attract a Formula One business, which would be very exciting for the region.